Welcome back to Jets franchise. If you missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. There's a whole playlist of every single episode of this series on my channel. But today we're going to let's start with the weekly recap today here and see what happened across the league. I didn't do this last time. Figured why not? Let's start the episode with a weekly recap. This will also recap the game we had last time. Game versus the Bills at home. The Bills pretty much dominated this game. Offensively, we couldn't or defensively, we couldn't make a single stop. Josh Allen had an insane game, almost 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Bills scored 45 points against us, as the Dolphins scored 20 points to beat the Broncos. And then we have an NFC matchup, the Cowboys versus the Rams. The Rams, who have the highest drafted quarterback in this past year's draft, Rashad Roten, as it appears that the Cowboys hand-wrote in his second career loss. He still had a pretty good game, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns for the rookie, but it wasn't enough to beat the Cowboys, who win 31-28 with a touchdown to Jalen Tolbert, and that is the weekly recap. All right, so that was the weekly recap. Now, look at this. We have our first ever breakout in this franchise. We're about halfway through year number 2, and we got our first ever breakout. It's for a linebacker. I wonder who it could be. It could be Jamie Sherwood. It could be Quincy Williams. I'm in the center of the screen right now.
His coaches think it's a sign he's ready for a jump forward.
I'm going to guess it's Jamie Sherwood here. Coach focusing on Jamie Sherwood in his recent play. So it is Jamie Sherwood. Starting Mike linebacker. How hard are you pushing him to play like that every week? So we can go demanding excellence, very hard goal, medium goal. We're going to go an easy goal. Why would we not go with an easy goal here? And then we can get a breakout easier. So we're going to go with taking it easy here. We're keeping it simple and taking it easy with him. There's no need to put more pressure on him or ask him to do too much. So we're taking it one game at a time. 2 tackles for loss. He just needs 2 tackles for loss to upgrade his depth chart from normal to star. Is currently sitting at a 77 with a 1 overall boost. He is 26, I want to say, so he still could develop a little bit more. He's currently the 32nd ranked middle linebacker, so he is currently the worst starting middle linebacker in terms of overall. But I don't think Jamin Sherwood is the worst linebacker in the starting Mike linebacker in the league. Okay, we're back here in the player negotiations. I think I want to bring back Garrett Wilson here. He only wants 3-year or 4-year. This is what we offered him last time. This is the base offer. It wants 3-year, $10 million salary, about $8 million bonus. He's currently our top wide receiver. And he's been our top wide receiver so far this season. I don't want to lose him to a team in the open market. Last time we just offered him a straight-up 4-year deal, didn't really increase the money. I think we're going to go with his previous offer, and let's up it a little bit here. 10.5 salary, 10 or 8.5 signing bonus for a 4-year deal. And there we go. Garrett Wilson is back on a 4-year extension. That is a big re-signing. We went ahead and gave him a 4-year, $76 million. If you look at Josh Downs, the Colts gave him a 3-year, $75. So we got Garrett Wilson on a pretty good deal here. Obviously, we're a year in the future, so maybe Josh Downs is like a high 80s superstar and he's younger. So maybe that's why he's getting more money. But I think we got Garrett Wilson there on a pretty good deal to be our wide receiver 1. All right, good news coming out of training. We get no new injuries, so we have our full roster for this week against the Lions. But we'll just quickly go over the Lions roster before we go in this game. Quarterback is still Jared Goff. The running back is Jahmyr Gibbs, 96 overall superstar. He's someone we're going to have to watch out, and they don't really have very good backups after him because they traded David Montgomery last year. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have the speedster Jameson Williams, second-year receiver Isaac Tesla, tight end Sam Laporta. Their offensive line's really good. They have Taylor Decker, Christian Mahogany, Tate Ratledge, Graham Glasgow, Penei Sewell, maybe it looks better in real life. Their interior offensive line, however, is not very good, so that should hopefully mean a good day for Quinton Williams. Defensively, they have Derek Hall at left edge. Right edge is Isaiah Foskey. If you remember in the offseason, Aiden Hutchinson is on the Titans now, so they don't have Aiden Hutchinson, so that should hopefully make this a little bit easier. They have a Lee McNeil, DJ Reader. You'll probably see Tyler Williams, who's actually injured, so you probably won't see him. But they have two pretty good defensive tackles. Linebackers, they have Derek Barnes at Sam, Jack Campbell, Mike Linebacker, Malcolm Rodriguez at Will. Corner, they have DJ Reed, Terry and Arnold, the rookie Johnny Porter, somebody who we're thinking about drafting at CB3. And their safeties are Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. They have a pretty good safety tandem. All right, and it's revealed that Glenn Woodard has star Dev. Unfortunately, it would have been awesome to have superstar, but star Dev, that's disappointing. It's the lowest we could have gotten. But he's still a good player. 84 finesse, moves 77 overall. Now we can finally jump into the game. I just wanted to tell you guys that his depth chart is revealed. We still have to wait for Matt Stanley and Quentin Winters and Matthew Ross, but those guys should hopefully be revealed pretty soon. Now, let's jump into this game against the Lions on the road. All right, here we are in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. Lions off to a very slow start, sitting at 1-5, but this is an easy trap game. The Lions, even with Ludic Aiden Hutchinson, still have a really good team. They have Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. They still have really good players, so don't think this is going to be an easy cakewalk. It's probably going to be one of our tougher games of the season so far, but it looks like we will start with the ball to kick off Week 7 against the Detroit Lions. Here steps out Justin Fields. You can look at his career stats. 12,000 passing yards, almost 80 passing touchdowns. We're looking to get him 80 passing touchdowns in his career in this game. But obviously, we're going to start with a run to Breece Hall in our first play of the game. Jesus gets uplifted from Draymond Jones, gets 2 yards. You can see his stats from last week. 14 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. 2nd and 8. We're going to start with play action. We're going to fire that over the middle to Desmond House. Johnny Porter with a nice breakup. All right, 3rd down and 8. Got a pass here on 3rd down and 8. What are we going to do? What can we do to get the first down? We're going to fire that to Desmond House, who's going to be inches short on the play from our own 36. Do we want to start aggressive and go for this? I think we're gonna punt this one away. We're going to see how our defense can play. All right. Lions will take the field. You see Jahmyr Gibbs doing the Ashton Genty standing straight up. They're going to motion Amon-Ra. They're going to play action to Amon-Ra. St. Brown gets a good block from Laporta. Pick up 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Oh my gosh, play action. They're going to launch it deep. And we just... All right, looks like we just didn't. Nobody wanted the ball there. 3rd down and 2. Can our defense make a stop? RPO to Isaac Tesla, who's going to get the first down. 1st and 10. They're going to do a fake fullback dive flip to Gibbs, and it doesn't work out. It's going to be a loss of 2 tackle Brandon Stevens. 2nd and long. After the loss of 2, Goff underneath to Sam Laporta, who picks up 11 there. And that makes it 3rd down and 1. Can't even stop him this time. Fullback dive, and we're all over that one. Quincy Williams with the tackle. It's going to be a yard short. But do the Lions go for it? This is prime Dan Campbell go for it territory. And it looks like they are going to go for it. Lining up in almost the exact same formation. 4th and 1. They give it to the fullback again, and this time he gets the first down. Why are the Lions... I watched the Lions games. I've never seen them give it to the fullback ever. Looks like 2 straight gives for the fullback. Gets in the first down. Motion Laporta, handoff Gibbs. He has all the space and he has speed. Gibbs is going to be gone. That's not good. Jahmyr Gibbs is a touchdown home run machine. This guy has insane speed. And if you don't get a hand on the guy, it's going to be tough to limit him, and he gets in the end zone like that. It's probably the biggest rush we've allowed all year. And it's a touchdown for Detroit. Look at Clyde Hopkins go. Nice return from Clyde Hopkins. Gets us up to our 47. QB rush touchdown leaders, Justin Fields and Josh Allen are currently tied for 4. With the league lead, you got Lamar down there with 3. All right, how will this second drive go? Hopefully it will go a little different. We're going to motion Desmond House here. And we're going to give it to Breece Hall at the middle, who will gain 5 there. 2nd and 5, another give to Breece Hall, and he gets some nice blocks, getting us to the Detroit 36-yard line. 1st and 10, we're going to motion Mason Taylor. We're going to do a play-action shot here. And Fields launching it. Mason Taylor, one-on-one coverage, can't make the catch. Now we're going to go empty formation here, and we're going to try to scramble Fields. He's dancing around the pocket. He finally takes up the field. Look at that room for Justin Fields. Slides in the 19. Nice pickup of 17 there. Braylon Allen's now in the game here. Motion out Breece Hall, but we're going to hand it off to Braylon Allen right at the gut for 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and manageable now. All right, 3rd and 5. Motioning Breece Hall there. 3rd and 5, what are we looking for? Underneath, Arian Smith makes the grab. Inches short. All right, 4th and inches. We are going for it. We got our big back. Braylon Allen in the game, 4th and inches. Handoff, Braylon Allen, he's going to get the 1st down. There moves the chains. All right, 2nd and goal. The same play the Lions scored on us. We're going to try it there, and we're only going to get 2 yards. And there's an injury. And that's to Olo Fashanu, our starting left tackle, who I believe missed last game. He missed a game last episode. So now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Gonna motion Smith. And we're gonna loft that. Garrett Wilson is uncovered in the end zone, butt naked, touchdown Jets. Don't know who was supposed to cover Garrett Wilson. Maybe it was an all-out blitz, and it didn't work. As the newly extended wideout makes the grab there for the touchdown to tie this game. Yeah, he was wide open. Don't know where the nearest defender was or who was supposed to be guarding him, but we'll take the touchdown. Elbow bursitis. I think we're going to put Carter Warren in the game for now. All right, can the Lions respond? Hopefully not. Hopefully they don't respond and we stop him here. It's 1st 10, play action. Over the middle, look at that. Amon-Ra has so much space. All right, 1st and 10. Goff's got time over the middle to J-Mo. Gets the 1st down. We need to get Jahmyr Gibbs or Drayton Sherwood 2 TFLs for his breakout to go up to star at depth. So far, he has none today. As Goff's got time, fires towards the end zone. What a play by Azariah Thomas. Looked like a potential touchdown. Azariah Thomas knocks it down. So now it's 3rd and 4 for Detroit. Wonder if we can make a stop here. Goff, quick pass. Incomplete. Looks like LaForda wasn't even paying attention. Just threw it right at the helmet there, and Detroit's going to go for it. 4th and 4, we're getting aggressive. We're blitzing. We're blitzing a lot. 4th and 4, Goff has time, delivers over the middle of Sam LaPorta. Yeah, when you blitz like 6 or 7 guys there and they don't get there immediately, it's going to be a big play. 2nd and 5, another give. Gibbs, look at all that space, Jahmyr Gibbs. Finally brought down to 2. He's got 65 yards rushing in only 3 attempts. Let's get a goal line stand. Let's actually force a fumble. As a give to Gibbs, Tyler Barron can't bring him down, but look who it is. Jamian Sherwood with the TFL. That's 1. He just needs 1 more, and we'll get the breakout. After the 4-yard loss, 2nd and go from the 6 now. Goff stretch left side. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go in untouched. Another Jahmyr Gibbs rushing touchdown. This one from 6 yards out, and the Lions score on their second drive. So far, it's not looking good for our defense. It might be one of those games where either if you don't score on every single drive, we're going to lose the game, which is my favorite type of game to play. Hopkins going to turn this one. Another good block. Hopkins, Clyde Hopkins! Does he have the speed? Clyde Hopkins takes the kickoff for 6 touchdown Jets. Clyde Hopkins, the undrafted rookie from Bama, takes it all the way for 6. That's our first special teams touchdown of the season. He's doing we bring the boom dance. In the end zone, touchdown, Clyde Hopkins. We score there, and just like that, in a blink of an eye, we tie the game. Clyde Hopkins takes it for 6. And now the Lions retake the field. Gibbs, 5 rushes, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, and we're not done with the first half yet. Statistically, we have the second best rush defense, and so far the Lions are running all over us. That's not a good sign. As Goff play action again, Goff's gonna roll out. Goff has speed. Goff, there's nobody out there. Jared Goff finally brought down at the 43. Are we gonna have to spy Jared Goff today? We better not have to. We don't have to worry about Gibbs. I don't want to have to worry about Goff either. All right, second down and 4. Another handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, we need Jamin Sherwood to make that tackle. He can't quite. Jahmyr Gibbs showing off his speed and power in this first half. Goff over the middle. Jameson Williams. I want to say that's his first grab. That's for 8 yards. Second and 2. We sent the blitz. Look at that. Quinn Williams got there instantly. All right, now third down and 2. Can we get a stop here? Goff making some adjustments. He's going to snap the ball. Goff panicking in the pocket. He's rolling. Where is he going? He's going to throw. He should have just ran it. He would have gotten the first down. But Sauce Gardner makes a nice play there. And that's going to be another 4th down attempt for Detroit. Can we stop him this time? I think they've converted all of them. As Goff slant to Tesla makes the catch for the first. 1st and 10, Detroit underneath. Jameson Williams with another grab this drive. This one's for a first. But he does gain 2, so it's 2nd down and 8. It's an RPO. Jameson Williams. Nice tackle, Malachi Moore. Now 3rd down and 3. Can our defense make a stand here? Goff outside. Laporta makes the grab. 1st down at the 1-yard line. This looks like another game where the CPU is unstoppable. Lions are moving. We're not affecting anything. As there we go, Jahmyr Gibbs, or Quincy Williams. Would have liked that was Sherwood, but still make the nice play there. All right, 2nd and goal now. Can we stop him this time? Goff gets hit as he throws. Doesn't matter. Laporta's open. Touchdown, Lions. Oh, my God, dude. The Lions' offense is unstoppable. We can't do anything. Goff gets hit as he throws, still delivers it to Laporta, who's open on the drag route. Touchdown, Lions. I'm throwing blitzes, I'm throwing man, I'm trying everything I can. And it's not appearing to matter at all because the Lions are just driving down the field. And the Lions are going to take the lead back 21-14. With a little less than 3 minutes, we still have time to respond with a touchdown of our own. That kickoff return was huge. That stole a possession, essentially. We look at Fields, currently leading the league for QB rushing yards with 325. 2nd down 6. Outside, Desmond House makes the grab on the RPO, gets 10 yards. Now we can still run the ball, so that doesn't mean we have to exclusively go pass. As I say that, we give it with Breece Hall, who gets 9 there. Second one, I formation. Another give, Breece Hall. Look at all that space. Breece Hall tries to spin there. Doesn't really spin, but gets 12 there. All right, we're trying to make this the last possession of the game. Over 1:20 left. 1st and 10. Outside, Charlie Kolar, who stiff arms Kirby Joseph, but is finally brought down for 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. It's a QB keeper with Justin Fields. Get the first down. Get down. I think we're going to go hurry up here, get to the line. Down 6. Underneath, Malachi Corley. 6 yards. We're going to use our first timeout there. 2nd down and 4. Quick pass. Garrett Wilson. Down to the 9-yard line. We're going to go hurry up again here. Gotta snap it. Gotta snap it. Gotta snap it. It's a screenplay to Brees Hall. He's got space. Brees Hall down at the 1-yard line. How do we not get him? We're going to use our last. I did not mean to flip the play. Looks like that took a lot of time off the clock. 1st and goal from the 1. Braylon Allen's in the game. 2nd and goal. Handoff. Braylon Allen goes in on touchdown Jets. And we're going to tie this game with 7 seconds left in the first half. That was a big drive. Because we get the ball to kick off the second half. And if we can somehow hold Detroit to not a touchdown this drive, we should get the ball to start the second half, and we can take the lead in the second half. And that will take us into halftime, where we have tied it 21-21. That kick return touchdown was huge. That kind of is what's keeping us in this game, as there's been virtually no defense played, which is the games I hate, because then that means I have to score every time, and that's almost impossible for me to do. As we'll check out what's happening around the league. It's the Panthers versus the Bears, the DJ Moore Bowl. As we see Caleb Williams throwing in the end zone to Luther Burden, who makes the grab. Caleb Williams beats Bryce Young. Bears win 29-16. These quarterbacks were essentially traded for one another. The pick the Panthers traded to get Bryce Young, first round pick next year, ended up being Caleb Williams. So there you go. We have an NFC East matchup. The Commanders versus the Giants. Commanders off to a slow start, but looks like they might start picking it up. As we see Jay McDaniels throw that underneath. Look at all those broken tackles from Tyler Algier, as the Commanders are up 7-3 over the Giants at halftime. And we look at our division rival, the Bills, who beat us last weekend. We got the Colts. Home game for the Colts, as the Colts will hand it off there to Jonathan Taylor, who will take it most likely all the way in the end zone, as the Colts are up 7-3 over the Bills. That would be a big win, or big help, if the Colts can hold off on the Bills. As we check to see what's happening around the league, we see Denver up 21-14 over Cincinnati. Miami is currently beating the Patriots. Look at some of the stats. Jahmyr Gibbs, 84 rushing yards, Goff 161 yards. But it's still tied. Thank God for Clyde Hopkins. Otherwise, we would be in a world of hurt. And I was wrong. Apparently, we don't get the ball second half, because I remember we started with a kick return. Okay, so never mind. So Detroit gets the ball to start the second half. Isaac Tesla will return it to the 26-yard line. All right, 1st and 10. Detroit's going to start with a run. Jahmyr Gibbs. Look at all that space Gibbs has. We cannot be giving up those big run lanes. Gibbs is already almost at 100 yards. 2nd and 10. Goff, quick pass. Jameson Williams. 1st and 10. Play action. We're getting pressure, but it doesn't matter. Just Goff gets it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, we cannot let... If we can just prevent an incompletion or something, that would be big. So I don't know if they'll go for it in 4th and 7. As Goff tries to throw and he's sacked. Quentin Winters, the rookie, with his 2nd on the year. And down goes Taylor Decker. Left tackle for the Lions is down. That's going to help us get some sort of pass rush. All right, 1st and 10. Start this second half. We're going to start with a stretch for 8 yards for Brees Hall. 2nd and 2. It's going to another give. Brees Hall, nice blocking. Matt Stanley. Brees Hall maybe took a little too early, but still gets 15 yards there on the rush by Brees Hall. Another first down for the Jets. 1st and 10. We're starting to play action. We're going to just get it to Brees Hall again. Heavy dose of Brees Hall for this drive. 2nd and inches now. 2nd and inches. Braylon Allen, our big power back, will check into the game here. And guess what, guys? It's going to be a nice tight end motion run. I love this play. And Braylon Allen, he gets the first down. First and 10. Play action. Fields is pressured. Fields going to have to roll up. Fields is going to take it in with him this time. Fields out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Second and 1. Another give. Breece Hall, he's uplifted. Loss of 3 makes it 3rd down and 4. What will we do? We're going to fire that over the middle to Mason Taylor, who can't make the catch. He has the ball in his hands and drops it. The Brian Branch hit, knocked it loose. And now we're going to have to kick a 52-yard field goal. Ross's kick from 52 yards is right in. When I kick now, I have to hold it, place it on my leg so I don't like shake, and then I use both my fingers to hold the thing. That's how desperate I am, and how bad I am, because I have to really, really concentrate. But that gives us at least some points on the drive. But can our defense maintain another stop here? We'll figure it out with this next drive from Detroit. So far, it's been all us this first half. But as we know, Detroit can easily score here. As look at Jahmyr Gibbs. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like 20 yards before anybody makes some sort of contact with Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got 100 yards. 3rd and 9. They're going to go empty formation. Can our defense make another stop? Goff has all the time in the world, finds an open Jahmyr Gibbs. Dude, we can't get any pressure on Goff. I mean, I get they have 2 really good tackles in Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell, but their interior sucks. Their highest overall interior lineman is like 74 overall, and we can't get any pressure with our 95 overall D tackle. 1st and 10 now for Detroit. Handoff Gibbs. Again, another giant hole for Gibbs. This run defense has been really, really, really bad today. It doesn't matter if we run man or zone, we run blitz, they're going to get 10 yards carry. Another give. There we go. Quinton Williams. That's not even Quinton Williams. That's Quinton Winters. We have a lot of Qs. Quinton, Quincy, and Quinton. The 3 Qs. The quartet is like 3, right? No, that's 4. I don't know. Goff's got time. In the end zone, touchdown, Jameson Williams. Yeah, Jameson Williams on Ezra Thomas. That's a mismatch. Jameson Williams, one of the fastest receivers in the league, and Ezra Thomas, one of the slowest corners in the league. Here's Breece Hall's stats. He's got 11 rushes, 61 yards. So far, Detroit's containing him. Still averaging 5.5 yards per carry. 2nd and 11. Underneath the Malachi Morley will get us 7 yards, and that will conclude the 3rd quarter. So far, Detroit has retaken the lead. It's looking. We got to play pretty good. I don't know what to say. This run defense has been really bad today. All right. 3rd down and 4. How will we convert this? Outside, Arian Smith makes the grab. 1st down. All right, the run on 2nd down only goes for 1, so now it's 3rd and 9. Maybe it wasn't the best play call. But we're going to motion Smith. We're going to run play action. Smith's going to be wide open. Arian Smith, please hold on. Thank God he did. That should have been a touchdown. But Johnny Porter makes the tackle. Big 3rd down conversion. It's a big 3rd down conversion. Now we're going to dial up the screen for Breece Hall. Nice blocking outside. Breece Hall tries to juke out. Kirby doesn't work, but we still get the 1st down at the 19-yard line. 1st down and 10. Fields is getting blitzed. He has the speed. Justin Fields, just slide. Don't want to risk him fumbling the ball. They sent the blitz there. Fields got out of it just in the nick of time. 2nd and go from the 4. Braylon Allen is in the game. And we're going to give it to Braylon Allen. He's going to go in untouched. Touchdown, Jets. And we retake the lead with 6:50 left in this 4th quarter. Looks like it's going to be another high-scoring week. Last week was pretty high-scoring as well, 28-40, 28-38. I believe. No, it was 28-45. So we've been in some high-scoring games in this season so far, and this is looking like another one of those. As Breece Hall gets in the end zone for the touchdown to give us the lead right back. Your 1st and 10. They have that guy in the game. It's the first I think we're seeing of him, as they're going to throw it to him. And look at that. We're all over that. Somehow he gained a yard out of that play. How? Now 2nd and 9. Down goes Goff. Quinnen Williams gets the sack. That's his first of the day. Now that makes it 3rd down and 15 for Detroit. Could be the stop our defense needs. 3rd and 15. Can our defense get a stop? Goff has all the time in the world. It finally runs out. It's Glenn Woodard, the rookie, with his 2nd sack of the season. I want to say that's his 2nd. And back-to-back sacks makes it a 4th and 22, and it looks like Detroit will have to give us the ball back. And punt from Jack Fox. But we have some nice blocks over on Reed Whitley. Reed Whitley doesn't have the blazing speed there. I mean, he does have speed, but not blazing fast. Doesn't have Jameson Williams' speed, but still a good return to the 44. As we're going to start with a run there. Breece Hall gets 8 there on that carry. 2nd and 2. Another RPO to Desmond House. Look at that. Desmond House has all the space. Desmond House down to the 32-yard line. Clyde Hopkins is in the game here. And we're going to hand it off to him. Has kick return touchdown today. This time only gains a yard. And there's an injury to Elijah Vera Tucker. Our top lineman there will limp off the field there. That stops the clock for Detroit. So now it is 3rd and 9. Can we pick up a big 3rd down here? Mason Taylor, Garrett Wilson, there he is, and Fields misses the throw. Oh, he was open. Turf toe. That's a serious injury. So he's out for this game and possibly a while. As the Matthew Ross field goal is good. Detroit still has a chance with a touchdown. With touchdown, they'll be up by 1. All right, 1st and 10 for Detroit. Goff's got time. Outside, Jahmyr Gibbs picks up 7. 2nd and 3 outside. Amon-Ra, who's been pretty quiet today, makes the grab there. 1st down and 10. Play action. We sent the blitz. It doesn't get there. It's Sam Laporta. Jamie Sherwood make the tackle. Oh my God! 1st down, Detroit. This is why I hate blitzing, because it hardly ever gets there. Doesn't get there that time, and it was a big play for Detroit. Now they have a 27. They're an RPO to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 2nd catch of this drive. 1st down, Detroit. Might stop it just before the 2-minute timeout. As screen pass Jahmyr Gibbs, there's nobody out there. Touchdown, Detroit. Oh, man. Detroit, just like that, responds with another Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. That's his 3rd today, I think. I tried getting over there with Quentin Winters a little too late. They had blockers out there. They had linemen on corners. And that was just the perfect storm for Detroit. And now they will take the lead back with 1:57. Unless we block this, we haven't had a block yet, I don't think. And it's not going to be happening here, as Detroit takes the lead with 1:57 left. We need to make this the final drive, and we need to get points. All right, so now it's our turn to make this the final drive of the game and try to win this one. 1st down and 10. We're to get that Mason Taylor, who drops. This is the worst time to drop the ball right now. All right, 1st down 10. Screen outside. Breece Hall makes a miss. That's a big move on Kirby Joseph. Breece Hall down to the 3 for 7 yard, or down to make it 3rd and 3. I'm just going to go for this one. Clyde Hopkins is going to still stay in the game here. Motion, Brees Hall. We're going to fire out there to Brees Hall again. He makes the second catch. Just get out of bounds. Motion Smith out there. We're going to hit Desmond House on the slant. Desmond House taking up the middle of the field. Desmond House! Does he have the speed to outrun the Lion defense? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Jets! It's Desmond House on the slant. Takes it for 6. And look at that. We're hitting the boom again. It's the rookie Desmond House with a big touchdown. And now we take the lead. The Lions still have a lot of time left. 1:06, 3 timeouts. Perhaps, maybe it's a blessing in disguise for Detroit. But look at that. Desmond House took it all the way for 6, and we're going to go for 2 now. Because if we don't go for 2, the Lions just have to get a touchdown to win. So we're going to pass it here. 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line. Mason Taylor throw is not good. That's just a bad throw by Fields there. That's way behind him. And the Lions make a stop, so they just need a touchdown to win the game. Field goal does nothing for them there, and we need. Yeah, that throw is really bad. That needs to be way out there. That could cost us the game right there. Here steps out the Lions. You see Jahmyr Gibbs' stats today: 119 rushing yards, 55 receiving yards, nearing 200 total scrimmage yards. But will all that matter? We'll find out on this drive. Detroit's going to start with nobody in the backfield. As Goff fires over the middle, Jameson Williams. You got to bring these guys down. That puts Goff over 300 yards and a timeout for Detroit. Just need a touchdown to win the game. They have 2 timeouts. They use one there. As Goff lofts it, how do we not make a tackle there, Stevens? That's going to use their second timeout. They're down to 1, and they have 51 seconds left. They got to get in the end zone. They can't settle for a field goal. 2nd down and 3. Goff underneath. Sam Laporta breaks the tackle. Laporta sack out the 45. Lions are going to do some hurry up here. We cannot allow the big play here. We gotta force it underneath. We can't allow a big play here. Lions have gotten a lot of that today. As Goff underneath, Jameson Williams. Timeout Detroit. They have no timeouts remaining now. That actually is probably a good thing for Detroit they dropped that, because that would have wasted a lot of time. So now they have 30 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Goff gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. And now it's 3rd and 10. Obviously, if it's 4th down, they're going to go for it. Goff has time. Goff underneath. Laporta drops it again. It's now 4th down for Detroit. It's now 4th down for Detroit. This is the game right here. If they don't get it first, it's over. They're going to go empty formation for Goff. Goff has time underneath. Jameson Williams gets the 1st down. They're going to have to spike it. Williams is over 100 yards. They got to spike it here really quickly. Goff's going to spike it. 8 seconds left. They have maybe a few plays in the end zone. It is absolutely silent here in Ford Field. Lions, 8 seconds left, down by 5. Can our defense make a stop? Goff underneath Jahmyr Gibbs. That might be the game. What are they doing? And that will be the game. We survive a close one in Detroit. I don't know what the Lions are doing, throwing it underneath with no timeouts and only 8 seconds left. Big mistake by Goff. And we sneak out of this game with a victory over the Lions. 40-35, an absolute shootout here at Ford Field. Big day. Desmond House, which turns out to be the game-winning touchdown for the rookie. Rookie's made a lot of big plays. Glenn Woodard got a sack today. Quinnen Winters got a sack today. Both in big crunch time. And then Desmond House got the essential game-winning touchdown. And Clyde Hopkins had a kick return touchdown. It was the rookie day for the Jets. As we'll take a look at our stats, Fields, 19 of 26, 215 yards, 73% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns for Fields, rushing It wasn't the big explosive day for Brees Hall, but he did average almost 5 yards per carry on 69 yards. But it was Braylon Allen with both of the rushing touchdowns. Fields had 4 carries, 46. Hopkins even had one for 1 yard. Brees Hall led the team with 5 catches, 48 yards, but it was Desmond House with the game-winning touchdown with a minute left. 4 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Arian Smith, 3 catches, 34. Garrett Wilson with only 2 catches, but had the touchdown. We see a few more guys with catches. Mason Taylor had 3 drops today. Not amazing. Sacks, we allowed no sacks. Tackles, 12 from Jamie and Sherwood. He had 2 TFLs, so that means he should get started. I have Malachi Moore with 11. We look at these TFL numbers: 2 from Winters, Sherwood, Stevens, and Quincy Williams, Woodard, and Quinnen Williams with 1. But it was the rookies with 2 sacks. Glenn Woodard with a sack, Winters with a sack, and then the veteran Quinnen Williams with the sack. We forced no interceptions. 2 pass deflections for Thomas, Gardner, and Quincy Williams with 1. Matthew Ross made both of his field goals. We only punted it once, and it was for 64 yards. Look at that. Clyde Hopkins, 4 kick returns, 172 yards, and a touchdown. He pretty much got us back in the game there with that touchdown. Reed Whitley with 1 punt return for 15 yards. But what a day. Absolute shootout. It was really a rookie breakout for a bunch of guys there. So that was a big win. We steal one from Detroit. We'll go to next week against the Packers. The rookie with the kick return touchdown, Clyde Hopkins, does get an upgrade point coming out of this game. He's got 87 kick return ability. Clyde Hopkins usually comes in for passing downs, but he does get a carry every once in a while, every few games, every few times maybe. His core attributes don't look very good. 80 carrying isn't amazing. Break tackle isn't amazing. He's more of a special teams type player and a receiving back. So I kind of want to get some of those running back abilities up so we can maybe give him the ball a little bit more. So I think we're going to go with elusive back for Clyde Hopkins. He'll get +1 awareness, +4 spin move. And we'll see if we did get the linebacker breakout. He did get his goal with just 2 TFLs. Jamie Sherwood did exactly what we asked. Good to see him make so many plays in the backfield. He's got a bright future, and I'm excited to continue to see him develop. As you see there, Jamie Sherwood now has star development for the veteran linebacker, and we get +2 morale for all defensive players. So that is big. As there we go, Jamie Sherwood's been upgraded to star dev. He's 26, so he's still on the young side, but he can still develop. Maybe he might not get in the mid 80s. He might get into the 80s, or maybe like high 70s, low 80s potentially. So that's going to be good for his development. And we have another dev trait revealed. It's going to be star dev for Quentin Winters. So far, all of our rookies have been only star dev, which unfortunate, but at least he doesn't have normal dev. I would like to have a superstar dev with one of these guys. But Quentin Winters has looked pretty good. And as I expected, Matthew Ross does have superstar dev trait. I mean, he's generational kicker. He's going to have superstar dev. So now we get some abilities here. Kickers with ability with slow kicking meter. Kickers with this ability experience a slower kicking meter for better power and accuracy kicks in over 45 yards. That was what I was looking for. See the entirety of the kicking arc. Clutch kicker, kickers immunity, ice kicker effects. I think we'll stick with these abilities. Precision kicker and Zen kicker. That's huge. That will definitely help me with my field goals. And we still have to see Matt Stanley's dev trait. He's the only guy who still has hidden. If you remember, he did miss a game and he didn't start for the first few. So he still has a little bit of way to go, but hopefully he's superstar. He's probably going to be star. I mean, it's rare to get a lineman with superstar dev. All right, here we are. We have the Packers now, Thursday night prime time, but we're going to check out the weekly recap, see what happened around the league. Obviously, we know our game was a very close one, nail biter. The Lions almost came back and won on the last drive, but it was a dump off to Jahmyr Gibbs, which gave us the win. So it was a trap game. The Lions are still a very good roster, even with their 1-5 record, but it wasn't enough for us to win. But it was the big 59-yard touchdown by Desmond House, which helped us with the win as we go to a divisional matchup, the Cardinals versus the Rams. We'll see how this game showed out. We see Rashad Roten, the top quarterback in this past draft, throws for 269 yards and scores 38 points. Rams are 5-2, so they're doing pretty good with their rookie quarterback. Cardinals are now 4-2. That's a big division win for the rookie and the Rams and Sean McVay as well. That is the weekly recap. Now we have the Green Bay Packers, like I said, Thursday night prime time. I want to say this is our first Thursday night game. I don't remember. We might have played one. We might have actually played one against the Patriots, now that I think about it. Or maybe that was Sunday night. I don't remember. But we have a primetime game against the Packers, who do not have Micah Parsons in this. Yeah, I started this before the Micah Parsons trade, so they don't have Micah Parsons in this, so that is going to make it a little bit easier. But the Packers do have two injuries to Josh Jacobs, their starting halfback. That's a big loss, and then one of their corners, Cooper, who is a rookie, if I had to guess. But we can now choose our national scouting focus. I think we're going to have him be quarterback. I know Justin Fields has been playing very good, but he doesn't want to be here, and I don't really want to pay him the money he's asking for. So we're going to get to know this quarterback class. We have a few guys on our board already, like I talked about, Jesus Guzman, Brandon Burbank. We get to see some of their accuracies. It looks like he has A awareness, A to C short for Burbank, A deep, B medium. Almost all the quarterbacks in this draft have very bad speed, but have cannon of an arm. That seems to be the theme for the quarterbacks in this draft class. And we do get a story. It's for Enrique McFarland with a stock drop after a clash with what? I guess we'll never know. So I guess we'll take a look at him, see what his stats look like. Here's Enrique McFarland. He has A man and A press right now. He looks pretty good. He's not the fastest guy, but he's really good at jumping and changing direction. He doesn't look too bad. Maybe with the negative story, that means he will have normal depth. But corner is a spot I'm looking to address. I know Gardner's really good. Thomas is superstar. But I think we need somebody else with speed at corner to kind of make up for Thomas being slow. And I was saying earlier that I wouldn't mind a position change for Thomas, maybe moving him to safety, see how he plays there. But this doesn't look like a very deep cornerback class. We only have one guy projected to go first round, then we have a bunch of guys round 1 to 2. This isn't a very good corner class, which is not ideal because I would like to get a corner. Maybe that's something we make at the trade deadline, because the trade deadline will be next episode with the Chiefs. But week 8, the week before the trade deadline, we see the Packers have a really good passing offense. The rushing offense looks like without Jacobs is non-existent. All right, and we do get some injuries. Anaya Smith is on the practice squad, so that doesn't really affect our game day roster. But our backup left guard, Will Hernandez, is out today. Hopefully we don't have to go to our backup left guard. Hopefully Matt Stanley can stay healthy, which sucks. Defensively, Dewan Trotter, again, another guy on our practice squad, doesn't matter. But Jamie Sherwood, our newly star dev linebacker, is out today with a quad strain. And nobody gets upgrade points, so not a very good week training. We add injuries and we get nobody with an extra upgrade point, as these are just both week-to-week injuries, so they should be back after this game, but those are still some losses to the team nonetheless. All right, with Jamie Sherwood out with this for this week, we're going to need another Mike linebacker, so we're going to go out here and we're going to sign Rashaan Evans. He's probably going to be here for this one game. He'll probably end up getting cut after this game, but we just need the linebacker depth for this week, so we're going to make that signing. And then we're gonna cut Tyler Boyd. He hasn't really played at all. He's actually probably seen the field less than Reed Whitley. So, fortunately, we're going to cut Tyler Boyd. We just don't really need a Tyler Boyd right now on the team. Maybe that's a permanent change we make to the roster. But that's going to be the only move we're going to make before we jump into this game against the Packers. All right, we'll take a look at the Packers team. Starting quarterback Jordan Love. Their backup is Marcus Landry, somebody who I had my eyes on a lot in the draft process. Didn't end up getting him. Running back Josh Jacobs is hurt, so that means the rookie Darren Hurst will make the start today. They have two rookies, Khalid Brackens as well, so look out for that. Wide receiver, they have Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Romeo Dobbs, Savion Williams, a rookie, Garrett Watts. Tight end, Tucker Kraft. Their offensive line is Rasheed Walker, Aaron Banks, Elton Jenkins, Jaron Powell, the rookie superstar right guard, and then Zach Tom. So their offensive line looks pretty good. Defensively, they have Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness at the edge. D-tackle, they have Kenny Clark. Linebackers, Isaiah McDuffie, Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker. Secondary, they have Nate Hobbs, Samuel Womack, Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine. Juan Cooper is the other guy that was hurt. And then safeties are Javon Bullard and Xavier McKinney. We take a look at the updated standings. We are currently still second in the division. Miami is first in the division, so they probably haven't lost a divisional game. We're currently the 5 seed. There's a bunch of teams with only 2 losses. You got the Dolphins, us, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Broncos, and the Colts. You have 6 teams with only 2 losses in the AFC. So it's going to be a tough AFC this year. But we will jump into this game against the Packers at home on Thursday night primetime. And for the final game of the episode, I don't get why these have no sound, but we got the Packers Thursday night primetime. And for such a special occasion and a big Thursday night primetime game, we are rocking the rivalry jerseys. These are the new jerseys from this season. We are rocking them today. You know, I figured we've been going with the same uniforms almost this entire time. Let's mix it up at night, prime time Thursday game. Let's break out these brand new jerseys. We are so far 2-0 against NFC North opponents. We have the Packers, and we will probably play the Vikings later in the season. But we're at home this time. Our defense started to show some things last week, but the Packers' defense themselves is not very good. However, Josh Jacobs is hurt, so they might not have as good as a running attack. But we still need to play. Look, it's all black. Absolutely no green in these unis. And it looks like the Packers will receive the ball to start Thursday night primetime. The Jets and the Packers have had some history, especially with changing starting quarterbacks like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, as they hand it off up the middle of the rookie for 9 yards. Maybe Jordan Love follows in line in this franchise. We'll see what happens. But the Packers start with a 9-yard rush and then start with an RPO to Romeo Dobbs for first down. You can see Dobbs' giant friggin' helmet because of the Guardian cap. Stretch right side to Hurst. He's got space. There goes Hurst for the first down. So far, the rookie's got 19 on only 2 attempts. Toss to Hurst. This time, we're all over that one. Brandon Stevens, big tackle. We didn't have an injury. Don't tell me it's Quinnen Williams. It's Quinnen Williams with an injury. This game's already not off to a good start. Oh, dude. Good thing we have a third D tackle on the roster. JJ Big Hughes. You'll probably see him a few times today with that injury. But it looks like Tyler Barron will step in for now. As Packers are going to go play action over the middle. Matthew Golden. Pretty speedy wide receiver again, Azariah Thomas. On another fast receiver this week. That's why I'm maybe looking for a corner at the trade deadline. I haven't really talked about the trade deadline, but I do want to get a corner. This draft class doesn't seem that deep with corner. It's just a bruised hand, so who returns soon? We're going to substitute Ty Hamilton in there. But it looks like Barron will probably take majority of the snaps there. 1st and 10. Hand off to the other rookie running back. This one only gets a yard. 2nd and 9. Another play action for the Packers outside. Tucker Kraft's got space. Francisco Mauigoa with the tackle. We're without Jamie and Sherwood, so that means the second-year Rook player, Mauigoa, will get starts at Mike linebacker. But they'll start with a handoff to Hurst. This one goes nowhere. Nice tackle, Cisco. So far, it's been a lot of runs for the Packers. A lot of play action. Very similar to the Lions. They're running the ball well, running play action. And there's a misfire from Fields. I meant Love, I didn't mean Justin Fields, but it's 3rd down and 10 now. Jordan Love's got time outside. There's Savion Williams. Gets the first down. Packers down to the 2-yard line. Packers have been just driving downfield all day. As they'll go read option, I was not expecting a read option there. That's what makes it a great play call. As the Packers just drive right down the field on the opening drive. Oh man, even without Josh Jacobs, they still are finding a way to run all over us. Alright, here's steps out our offense for the first time. You can see Fields stats, 1,600 yards, 71% completion percentage, 11 touchdowns to 6 picks. He's being a lot more accurate this year. Last year, I want to say he really didn't have the best completion percentage rating. Probably been a lot more turnover prone interception-wise so far. But we started this game with a 1-yard rush to Breece Hall, who had probably his lowest total yards rushing last week with only 69. But here we go. 2nd down. They have a Packers defenders lining up. Okay, we get a free play here. So we're just going to launch it up. Not Desmond House. Yeah, Desmond House. I don't know what that Packers defender was doing, but we get a free play there. We take the deep shots. That makes it 2nd and 4 now. They're down to 1. Can we get it? And we will. Breece Hall with space. There's Breece Hall in a Packer territory. 3 rushes, 20 yards to start the day for Breece Hall. Running the ball on 2nd down is not a popular play call because if you don't get anything, then it's a 3rd and long. But if you get something, it's going to make a 3rd and manageable. So that's kind of a tough spot to coach. But there's Desmond House, drops the wide. That would have been a fucking touchdown. The throw also wasn't the best, but Desmond House, you got to catch that. And that's going to be a punt from our offense. Great start so far. Great start. Offense got nothing there on that first drive. So we'll see what our defense can do, and that's, don't know who that was intended to. It's kind of been a weird start, some weird plays. But, I don't know, maybe it's that we chose these uniforms. Maybe these uniforms have some weird juju on them, as there goes Hurst for the first down. Maybe Hurst is the replacement for Josh Jacobs, because he is looking pretty good so far. As now looks like Brackens will step in the game at running back. Pump fake, Love underneath. There's Matthew Golden. Makes the grab, tackled by Jaquan McMillan. 2nd down and 7. Love has time. There's an underneath throw. Nice PBU. And there's it's another injury to our defense. That is, I believe that's Ty Hamilton. So we have Williams out, and now we have Hamilton out. Alright, apparently Jennings Hunt's lining up a D tackle now. Maybe that's a good thing. I didn't get the sack, but we forced the throwaway. So nice stand there by our defense on 3rd down. And now the Packers will have to punt the ball. Bruised hand. I guess we're going to sub Will McDonald in, even though I don't really want him at D tackle. I'd rather have J.J. Hughes in there, but the Packers will have to punt this ball. That might be that's, please be touchback. No, it's down at the 1. A perfect punt by that guy. I don't know his name. Browning? I know there's another Browning, but now we got to start at the 1-yard line. All right, 1st and 10 from the 1. We're going to start with a give to the fullback. They weren't expecting it, but it gives us 5 yards, so that gives us a little bit more breathing room. Now 2nd down and 5. We're going to get underneath. Garrett Wilson gives us the first down. All right, 3rd down and 8. Can we convert this third down? It looks like we will. It's Arian Smith. He has the speed. Smith, look at that speed. We haven't really been able to utilize his speed so far, and we do there, and that gets us to midfield at our own 49. So a big first drive here. God, I try to cut. Second down and 8. RPO to Garrett Wilson. He gets his first catch of the day, and it's a first down gain. First and 10 now. We're going to try to scramble the field. We're going to cut that up the field. Look at all that space. Just slide down at the 18. There's Justin Fields with a scramble. The Packers know all about that. Second down and 9. We're going to look to the tight end. Mason Taylor with another grab. That goes for 5. So that makes it third down and 4. For offense, what are we going to do? We're going to step up with Fields. We are going to slide. I could have tried to get in the end zone, not risking the fumble there. But Braylon Allen, he's in the game. He's our goal line back. First and goal from the 3, and he goes in untouched. Or he gets in the end zone there. Touchdown, Braylon Allen. That's his third in these last 2 games. These Packers fans, if I had to guess you're a Packers fan, you're probably a Badgers fan, and you know all about Braylon Allen, as he was really good there. Real life, he's hurt, which sucks because I'm a big fan of Braylon Allen. But he gets in the end zone there for our first score of the game, and we're going to tie it here in MetLife. As I'm recording this, Braylon just got put on IR. So that's pretty crazy coincidence as Packers get 7. Second and 3. There's the seam. That's Luke Musgrave, the backup tight end with the catch. First and 10, play action for the Packers. Underneath, there's Jaden Reed. Easy completion. Packers running a lot of 4 wide with no tight ends. It's like their 5th time running that. But it's first and 10, handoff. Look at all that space. We're running back for 7 yards. J.J. Hughes is in the game. This is his first action as a member of the Jets. He won't get a stat there, but it's Quincy Williams with the TFL. As Troy Anderson is in the game here on this play. But Love's got time over the middle. Somehow he holds on to that one. Quentin Winters was back in coverage. And Reed makes the tough catch. Second down and 9 for Jordan Love. He faces pressure, and that's at the ground. That was J.J. Pegues who put pressure on Love. Third down and 9. I guess Quinnen Williams is in the game now, as Love is going to look to take off, and Love's going to get the first down. All right, second and goal now for the Packers. Love's got time. It's intercepted! Malachi Moore picks it off in the end zone, but he takes it out to the 3-yard line. I don't know if we could have taken the touchback there, but it's a big play and no points. Looks like Quentin Winters is jogging off the field. You can see him over there. But Malachi Moore with an interception. That's a big one. All that time just for no points. Defense has been playing a lot better in this first half than they did against Detroit. I don't think we could have. We maybe could have. I don't know if he intercepted in the end. We probably could have taken the kneel, but I wasn't sure. So I ended up taking it out to the 3, so maybe not the best decision. All right, this is another drive deep in our own territory. We got 1:56. We have all of our timeouts. And off Brees Hall, that will definitely help. Gain of 6. All right, now second down and 4. Fields is going to roll right. Fields is going to try to scramble. Fields gets out of the end zone. That could have been a dangerous play, but he gets it to the 20-yard line. Play action. Fields is going to launch this one. Arian Smith. It's picked off. I tried to take the big shot there, and it doesn't work. It's intercepted by Womack. Play action, big shot. Maybe that's not the right. Maybe I should have thrown it to Wilson, but there was no deep safety. I was hoping Smith would use his speed to get open, but it's just a good play there by Womack. And that's our first pick, or turnover of the day, and the Packers now have good field position at the 43. I'm being a little bit more aggressive this season, and so far it's not really paying off as Love sails his target. Alright, after the 7-yard catch, makes it 3rd down and 3. Can our defense step up and not make that turnover bite me in the ass? As Jordan Love over the middle. How does he get that in there? Romeo Dobbs, nice catch there. And that is another incomplete pass. Makes it 3rd and 7 for Green Bay. On defense, let's not break here. Love's got time. Love is going to try to scramble. Throws on the run. Jaden Reed makes the greatest catch I've ever seen. Backhanded. Gets hit by Gardner and holds on. How does he hold on to the ball? All right, Packers use a timeout. Jesus Christ, dude. Quinton Williams is back. He's still not even 100%. I don't know why he's in the game. It's a screen to the rookie. Hurst, he makes Thomas miss. Touchdown, Green Bay. Whoa. Oh, my God. What the fuck was that? What was that? Thomas gets juked out there in open fields. It looks like he moved out of the way. And the Packers score before halftime. And that will conclude the first half. The Packers are up 14-7 there. Not a very good first half, but it's first down nonetheless here. We are the first game of the week, so there's not really much to talk about around the league. The Packers are doing pretty good outside the interception. They've looked pretty solid. Offensively, we gotta get something going. Breece Hall is only 29 yards rushing, and Love has over 184 yards passing. So our defense needs to play better, and we need to start to run the ball. And we take a look at the rushing yard stat leaders. Fields is still in first, but Lamar is creeping up there. Well, like I said at halftime, we need to start to establish the run, and that's what we're going to do here on our first play. And Bear Tucker there didn't block the defender there, so that's going to be a gain of nothing. That makes it a 3rd down and 9. What are we going to do? House is not in the game. Why is House not in the game? Because I subbed him out once, so the game just thinks, hey, we'll never... Okay. 3rd down and 9 here. Can we get the snap off? We do. And we will fire there to Mason Taylor, who makes the grab. Barely got that play off. But it's a 1st down, Mason Taylor. All right, Desmond House is now backing. I subbed him out because he was a little hurt. Sub him back in. 1st and 10. Come on, we need to establish a run. There we go. That's a nice strong run. Nice strong run of 8. And that will keep Breece Hall in on the game. Right, can I just audible to QB dive? Look at all that. 3rd and inches. Hand off Breece Hall. He's got space. There goes Breece Hall to the 34-yard line. 10-yard rush. That puts him at 49 yards rushing. House is back in the game. Play action. We're going to fire that to House, and he drops it again. I mean, these aren't good throws, but... Oh, my God. All right, 2nd and 10. Clyde Hopkins is in the game. We're going to motion Breece Hall. We're going to throw that out there to Breece Hall, who will get 5 there on 2nd down. Now makes it 3rd down and 5. What can we do? We're going to lob that in the end zone. Look at that. Desmond House makes the catch this time, and he's in for 6. The rookie with his 2nd touchdown now of the game. But makes another grab. That's his 2nd touchdown in these last 2 weeks. And that one-on-one with the corner. We take the deep shot. Makes the catch. That was Womack who got the interception earlier. Can't make a play on the ball this time. Desmond House with the touchdown. And we're going to tie it 14-14. All right, Quinn Williams is back in there. He's a little more healthy. Hopefully he can make an impact as they just cut it right up the middle for a big gain. Jeez. They may not have a lot of yards rushing, but they are getting pretty good yardage on every rush. So maybe it doesn't look as bad as a run defense if you just look at the total yards, but if you look at yards per carry, it's not looking very good. As we'll hand it off again. Look at that. This guy's averaging probably a first down a carry there. Gets another first down there for Hurst. Where is our defense at in the run game? Where are our linebackers? I mean, we're blitzing them, but even sometimes when I don't blitz, they're never there. Second on 10. Love finds Matthew Golden, who survives the hit of Cisco. And the Packers are starting to find their groove out there on offense. We're audible there to a zone. I don't like that. As Love has time, Love runs out. Finally brought down by Ty Hamilton for the loss of 5 on first down. That's his first sack of the game. Nice play there. But he makes the catch there. So now it is 3rd down and 9 for Green Bay. Can our defense make a stop? Nice play, Francisco Mauigoa. What a play there by the linebacker. Able to find the ball, locate it, and swat it down. Nice play there by the linebacker who's stepping in for Sherwood. At least we're having him and Anderson kind of switch in and out of the lineup. But that will hold the defense, or hold the offense to a field goal, and that will give Green Bay the lead 17-14 with the Matt Gay field goal. Here steps out Brees Hall today. He's only got 10 carries, 49 yards. So far, second down and 8. We're going to keep that with Fields, and the Packers are all over that. We lose all that yardage. The play I wanted. 3rd down 11. Outside, Charlie Kolar has enough speed to get outside. The backup tight end with the catch. Flip it? No, I can't flip the play. But we're going to give it Brees Hall. Good blocking outside. Brees Hall makes 2 Packers defenders miss. Brees Hall down the right sideline. Is he going to be brought down? He finally brought down at the 1-yard line. That rush puts Brees Hall over 100. 54-yard rush. Looks like the safety, Evan Williams, saved a touchdown. 1st and goal handoff. Brees Hall, and he gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. And we take the lead right back on that nice drive. He's hitting the gritty. As we reclaim the lead, that's our 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. It's Brees Hall's first of the game. I believe Braylon Allen had one, and then House had one. So that's his first touchdown of the day. And that one gives us the lead, and Ross's extra point is good. So we take a lead with less than a minute left in the 3rd quarter, 21-17. They're going to run the ball. Hurst, look at all that space, dude. Oh my. And there's an injury timeout, and it's for Mauigoa. So we're down him too. So that means Rashaan Evans probably plays in this 4th quarter a little bit. Maybe we just see more Troy Anderson. But our linebackers are just disappearing in these run plays. I don't know where they're going. As you see Evans there, number 43 in the game. Start with a run. Can we bring him down? Finally, he's brought down by Woodard. And that concludes the 3rd quarter. Hold your 4s up. We're up by 4. We're holding on. Injuries are starting to get a little bit annoying, but we can't let that be an excuse to why we can't win. Motion out Kraft. Love throws it towards Jaden Reed, who makes the defender miss, and Jaden Reed's at the 28-yard line. Jaden Reed's got 91 yards. He's nearing 100. And it's a bruised elbow for Mauigoa, so he should return soon. Second down and 5. It's a handoff to Hurst again. He's got space. He's got another first down for Hurst. First and 10. There's underneath Tucker Kraft. How are we having these guys unguarded? Nobody even near them. All right, first and goal for Green Bay. Maybe Gray's their other running back, but I don't remember seeing him. I don't know. Play action for Jordan Love. He's got time. Love throws on the run, and it's caught by Luke Musgrave. We have two guys there, and nobody makes a play on the ball. So the Packers score. I mean, either way, there was going to be a touchdown because Love could have just ran in, but he decides to throw it on the run with two defenders in there, and Moore just smacks him in the helmet, and Cisco can't jar it loose, so the Packers retake the lead here in this fourth quarter. We're going to have Braylon Allen in. As Braylon Allen takes it, Braylon Allen! He's not Breece Hall fast, but he gets a huge chunk of yardage to the Packers 30. If we had Breece Hall in there, that could have been 6. But Braylon Allen still gets a huge gain. Finally tackled at the 30-yard line. Big run to start this drive. And we're going to keep Braylon Allen in the game. I think we're going to sub him out, and we're going to put Breece Hall in there. First and 10, another give. Braylon Allen cuts up back up the field. Look at Braylon Allen. Two straight big runs there. That gets them the first down, and we're down at the 17 now. Second and 10. RPO, Desmond House. That's how we like to use him. He's got a lot of his catches on that play. Gets 7. Third down and 3. Can we float that? The House makes a tough grab with a defender all over him. That's Nate Hobbs. Great catch by House. Now we're down to the 4-yard line. Here, first and goal. From the 4, we're going to motion Breece Hall. We're going to give it to Hopkins, who will get in the end zone. Touchdown Jets, the undrafted rookie. I want to say that's his first rushing touchdown of the season. Obviously, last week he had the big kick return touchdown. But gets a rushing touchdown here on the drive, and that's going to give us the lead right back. I like the way we're using our 3 running backs. I'm liking this new offensive system I'm trying out. Subbing out players instead of just hoping the game subs them out for me. As Hopkins scores there, and that will give us the lead 28-24. All right, defense. You stepped it up when we needed it last week. Can we get it this week? It's a handoff to Hurst again. We're not shedding any blocks right now. Hurst is over 100 yards. They are at 28th in rushing yards, and they have 128 today. This run defense has looked very shaky these last 2 weeks. I mean, and to be fair, the Packers do have a pretty good offensive line game, so they also have a superstar right guard, so that helps. Second down and 3. Love is going to take it up the middle. Love's got space, and he'll dive at the 41-yard line. Jesus Christ. Read option, we're all over that. Huge loss of 16. Ty Hamilton again brings down Love. I'm pretty sure they'll probably count that as a sack. All right, second and 16. Love has an open Jaden Reed. How is he so wide open, dude? You tell me you have nobody in zone coverage there at all? All right, first down. Jordan Love's going to take it. Look at all that space for Jordan Love, dude. Maybe we have to set a spy for Jordan Love. I didn't anticipate him running a lot today. Second down and 10. Jordan Love's got time launching in the end zone. You got to pick that off. That's an easy interception, dude. That was backup safety Marquise Bell, who does play a little bit in some of these packages. Could have picked the ball. That would have been huge. But he doesn't. So the Packers are going to run a screen. Come on, Gardner, make a play. Big tackle, Gardner. In open field, beat the blocker, the rookie. And what will the Packers do? The Packers are going to kick a field goal. 4th and 10, I get it. A little too long to go for it. hoping their defense can make a stop. But we block it! We blocked the field goal! The Packers get no points! Who blocked that? It was Quincy Williams. He didn't even move his arms. He just blocked it with his stomach. And big block from our special teams. Special teams the last 2 weeks have been stepping up. And the Packers get no points there. So that will definitely help us. I forgot they also have Kenny Clark. So I mean, that's why we're not being able to run the ball that much. But we'll start with a give to Brees Hall, who's got space. Look at Brees Hall, first down. Packers will use a timeout there. Now we'll have Braylon Allen here. We're going to motion Braylon out there. We're going to get it to Braylon Allen, who can't make Xavier Williams miss, or Xavier McKinney miss. That used the Packers' last timeout. That's what I was trying to do with that play. Maybe get a big first down. But it's 3rd down and 6 for our offense here. And we get the first. We're going to throw it out of the... It's picked off. It's picked off. It was a halfback wheel. I was expecting him to keep going straight, but... That's a bad interception. I was hoping, I don't know, he would just run right past him, but he instead just doesn't. And the Packers are going to get the ball back. With the 2-minute warning, too, so that helps them. And oh, my God, dude. That's a mistake. That could end up costing us the game, but it's not over. We still have our defense to hopefully make a play. Packers have no timeouts. They do get the 2-minute timeout, so they'll get a stoppage of clock. As Love, how is that not a fumble? Incomplete. That was Jermaine Johnson on the play. That stops the clock, so that 2-minute timeout still has yet to been called. As Love fires outside, Tucker Kraft gets out of bounds, and there is the 2-minute warning. And the Packers now face a 3rd down and 5. Can our defense make a stop? Jordan Love has time. Love fires to Tucker Kraft. Nice play, Gardner. Thought Kraft was going to make that, overran it a little bit, but makes the pass deflection, and it's now 4th down and 5. If we can get a stop, that will do it. 4th and 5 for Green Bay. First down continues it. First Love over the middle to Dobbs, who breaks the tackle and gets the first down. That's Azariah Thomas, man-to-man with him. That was good coverage, but a better catch. It keeps the game alive for the Packers. Love has all the time in the world. Throws underneath Jaden Reed. Big tackle, Azariah Thomas in open field. Love is going to scramble. And then he's going to throw on the run. We are dropping some of the easiest interceptions so far. That should have been the game right there. But it's incomplete. Makes it 3rd down and 4. Obviously, if they don't get it here, they're going to go for it. As Love throws on the run again. It's swatted by Gardner again. Nice play by Gardner. But it's 4th down and 4 now. All right. Our defense gets another chance to end it here. 4th and 4 for Green Bay. Love outside. And it is caught for the first. How is that not, like, thrown at somebody else? But they get the first down. They're going to audible here. So am I. I'm actually going to audible the man. First time they're going to re-audible out of it. And I'm going to re-audible out of it again. So Love's got time. Love has too much time. There's Romeo Dobbs. We're getting 0 pass rush whatsoever. Absolutely none. All right. 2nd and goal now. For Green Bay. They're going to pass it again. Love is hit as he throws. That would have been a touchdown. That was a big hit. That now makes it 3rd and goal. They're going to change out of that. So am I, actually. And then they're going to re-change out of that again. Okay. Third and goal. Love has time. Love runs out, and wide open is Jaden Reed. Where is our guy guarding Jaden Reed at? Somehow, I mean, it's zone coverage, so maybe it was just a hole in the zone. And the Packers score with 40 seconds remaining to make it, if we can block this. Nope. So we need a touchdown to win. Field goal takes us to overtime. We have 40 seconds left and 3 timeouts. It's going to be another high-scoring game. So it is 1st and 10 now. We're going to motion Hopkins. We're actually going to scramble with Fields. We are going to slide. Why is he diving? I was trying to slide, and for some reason he dove. And I thought the clock stopped. So now we only have 14 seconds left. Oh my god, dude. We need something in the middle of the field. And I think we got that. And he drops the fucking ball. Jesus Christ, we're trying to lose the game. Incomplete pass. It's now. What the hell is going on with the Packers? I don't know. So, all right. 1st and 10. Over the middle house. We're going to use our second last timeout. 6 seconds left. 6 seconds left. What are we going to do? We're going to run with Fields. We're going to slide. Timeout. We get it off with 1 second left. That was risky. That was a risky run there. And we are in field goal range. And they want us to go. It's a 60-yard field goal. Our kicker has 99 kick power. The wind is at our backs. This is the time to kick the field goal here. Ross's field goal. It is no good. I went a little too hard on the power. And it's just left, and we're going to lose. Oh my god, dude. And we're gonna lose this one to the Packers, who should have won this game, bro. The two interceptions, me not realizing that the clock would run. And the Packers win. Oh my god, dude. I didn't even need to get full power there. I probably could have just gone, like, we're going to lose that game on a game-losing field goal. And we look at our stats here. Fields went 13 of 21 at 155 yards, 61% completion percentage, touchdown and a pick. Not a good game by Fields rushing-wise. Breece Hall broke 100 yards on 15 carries and also had a touchdown. Fields had 57 yards rushing. Braylon Allen had 60 yards on 5 attempts and a touchdown. Clyde Hopkins also had a touchdown. Receiving, Desmond House led the team with 4 catches, 50 yards and a touchdown. Taylor had 3 catches for 22. Wilson had 3 catches for 26. House had 2 drops. Blocking, Membo allowed a sack. 9 tackles for Williams, Moore, 8 for Cisco, 9 for Gardner. TFLs, Ty Hamilton, Cisco, and Williams with 2. Winters and Stevens with 1. Half a sack for Hamilton and Winters. Interception for Malachi Moore. Pass deflections, 2 for Quincy Williams, 1 for Marquise Bell, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Maui Goa, Azariah Thomas. We had a block kick for Quincy Williams. So that is something new. And Ross missed the 60-yarder. I didn't even need to go full power there. I'm just so used to having to go full power on those long kicks. So I guess it's my fault that we lost. Matt Riza had a punt inside the 20, averaged 44 yards per punt. We returned a lot of kicks. We returned a total of 6 kicks. We returned 0 punts, so that means we forced 0 punts. So the Packers either scored or threw an interception. So we need to force punts. I also don't think we forced a punt last week either. No, we did force a punt. We did force a punt. It was down at the 1. So I guess we did force a punt, but it was a great punt, so that's going to do it, and that's our 3rd loss of the season to make us 5-3. All right, and after that unfortunate loss, Brandon Stevens does get an upgrade point. He's pretty impressed. His coverage ability isn't, it's like average. He's an average pass coverage guy in coverage. He can press. He's making some nice tackles, but I want to get his coverage up a little bit. So we're going to go slot for Brandon Stevens. He'll get +2 to man coverage, player act, +1 to press, and +1 to zone. So he gets both man and zone up. All right, and that will do it for this episode. Next episode, we will face the AFC West. We'll face the Chiefs, which is going to be a very tough game because obviously they have Patrick Mahomes. And then the Broncos next week. That's going to be a tough game as well, especially if it's on the road. But we are now 5-3 on the year. We are still in the playoffs right now. But with that loss, the Dolphins are now in first place by a full game. The Bills are 3-5, so they're struggling. But that will do it for today's episode. It was a pretty, both games came down to the last drives. Obviously we didn't win the one against the Packers. I probably should have gone full power and I probably would have missed it, but that will do it for today's episode. And I'll see you guys next time on the FIU Panthers. Peace.